the Peace Room at Cairns Piece by Piece. I'm here with Mike Moore, who does Cairns Blogg, a local independent media project on the internet. Media? He's got all the... Tell us what you've got.
Oh, it's
You've got all the politicians and democracy stuff.
Yeah, you know, it's a forum to talk openly and freely without the restriction of what somebody else might think or some other power might say the way we should paint on how we should talk about things, you know. And I think the emergence of different types of media that are coming from citizen journalists, people who've got an opinion to share or like to facilitate an opinion, like that you're doing and I'm engaging in, and numerous other people around the north of Australia up here in Cairns, is really valuable and very important. You know, as media gets more and more controlled and we see crises that are going on in the media, the likes in the Murdoch press. So it's really important that people right at the grassroots of discussions and movements and participating. So
we're lucky we don't have a big capital investment in all the machines. We can just
and you
do
know,
it.
for anybody to believe that media in a professional sense in newspapers and television and radio is fair and balanced it is of course not true. You know, it looks like it is, so we don't question it. It looks beautifully printed, we pay for it, but you know, social media is coming from a basis of people who are passionate about a belief and want to share it.
I have a little bit of faith in the people that we don't actually believe in Cairns Post, and we don't actually believe the bullshit underneath it. We're just not really communicating, but we're starting to. That the illusory nonsense bullshit isn't actually believed at all by anybody.
And it's more,
over it.
well, it's more and more important in small towns where there is one or two dominant media channels of discussion. And now we have the ability to tell our own story, and the emergence of more and more people writing and sharing their stories in written video form or whatever is so important, because you can't fight and participate in the big machine of print and media and get your point out with clarity and with depth, because you know, commercial media,
sound bites.
Indeed, you know, they can't allow a discussion of 10 minutes or 5 minutes, or a long article that doesn't fit in a little tabloid newspaper. Our newspapers used to be big broadsheets, you know, and they're not now. So there isn't space to do that. So we're really now in an era where when arguments come forward, this is why governments can move things forward faster, because there isn't that scrutiny and the space to do it under commercial constraints. So to see the actions which have gone on in Rockhampton with the Ploughshares action against the mitre military investment,
it's extraordinary,
and the outcome of, you know, how media online from individuals participated in that is absolutely fundamental to sharing the story and questioning why we do things. You know, why we spend money, and
it's phenomenal figures. Just one of those helicopters we were talking earlier. The price of one of the helicopters that Brian attacked with the Matic was how many?
36 million.
$36 million on a stupid plane.
Yeah, and you know,
you could feed several countries for that.
It's our money, you know. And did we have a choice?
Say where the tax money went.
Yeah. And continuing to support that kind of machinery of violence, you know. We're a modern culture these days. We have got some phenomenal tools online that we could never envisage when we were going to school.
Going to exist.
Yet we're still fighting and killing.
The same arguments are going around in circles. Yeah, I've seen this too.
So, you know, and it's really been quite heartening for me, Maria, in the last 5 years or so since I got Cairns Blogg going back in 2007, and seeing the emergence of a lot of local online websites of a variety of nature of people in Cairns, you know, and there's at least a dozen of them now, and they're all kind of active to different degrees. It's really good. I mean, really heartened by the people participating and engaging in that.
You come from a media background, so you had a the words. That's my problem with videos. I don't know the words. A background in media and a right to speak and all that sort of thing. It's part of your training. It's not really part of media training that you have a voice.
No, I think anybody.
Where do you get your voice from?
Well, I think anybody who's passionate and keen about not only change but participating in a local democracy and wants to facilitate different opinions to be heard, so that the people own their own community, and the change that it would be impacted on is really important. And more, governments don't want that happen. They institute fear and their people.
Barking up the tea pill, that one.
Yeah, I see when we have a natural disaster of a cyclone, politicians come screaming out and we'll protect you, we'll help you out, and do what we say, kind of thing. So it's time to question and to participate in discussions and be part of our own destiny.
You think you have the right to do that?
I think everybody should, and it's frightening when some people believe you shouldn't, and will try to shut you down and stop you doing this.
And it's okay to be wrong, but saying nothing is playing against everything. It's okay to be wrong and be corrected. We have a fear of getting it wrong, and so we do nothing. Yeah.
Well, what's the alternative? You're actually right, of not doing anything. So, no, the more people that participate in these kind of discussions about issues that they think are valid, because we don't have a lot of money to do these things.
We don't need money anymore.
Okay. How's that?
It's cool.
Oh no. We'll tie it all together like Frankenstein's creation.